serious. I have a very, very, I guess, controversial thing to say. I don't know why this is controversial to say. I saw a video that was like, could Helldivers defeat the Covenant in battle? I'm sorry. Obviously, people are going to disagree. But the thing that surprised me is that there are genuine people out here that believe that Super Earth has every advantage against the Covenant. The Covenant? The Covenant. Look, I understand Halo's an old game, and I get that maybe some people don't understand really what the Covenant was about or what they could do. But I want to put this in perspective. Super Earth has Helldivers. In my opinion, for what I've seen, Helldivers are essentially worse ODSTs. I know Super Earth is gonna get mad at me. As someone who, vibes for Super Earth, I'm probably committing some kind of heresy right now. But I need us to be fucking real for a second. I need us to sit down and think. The Covenant versus Helldivers. I just don't see how Helldivers walk out of the situation. I'm sitting here and I've looked at comments and people are like, oh, the Helldivers would adapt. They fought 3 fronts of 3 different wars at the same time, and I get that, but we need to look at this specifically. The automatons, the terminids, and the illuminids were not made for war. Super Earth went out of their way to start a war with everybody else. I need y'all to understand that the Covenant would not give them a choice. The Covenant would not let them live long enough to adapt, because the Covenant already has superior armaments, superior weapons. Everything the Covenant has is better than what Super Earth has. You mean to tell me seriously that a freaking mech from Helldivers can take down like a freaking Hunter or a freaking Phantom or something like that? Maybe a Hunter, I'll give them that, but are we dead ass? Guys, are we serious? Are we serious? We look at 4 Helldivers. They're dropped on a single planet to go liberate something, right? Terminids, automatons, illuminids. We haven't done the illuminids yet because they haven't released it, right? It takes 4 Helldivers, technically 20 Helldivers, to liberate a small percent of a planet, right? I want to let you know, personally, from the bottom of my heart, that 4 Helldivers get absolutely fucking mollywopped by an elite. It's the truth. Don't look at me. Why y'all angry at me? Y'all acting like Super Earth has Mjolnir. Y'all acting like Super Earth has energy shields that last longer than 5 seconds on the battlefield. All right? The Covenant not only has perfected energy shielding, they have active camouflage, they have holograms, they have brutes, jackals, grunts. The list legitimately goes on and on. They have an elite race of warriors. Maybe we're wondering why they're called elites. These beings that their entire culture and their entire religion is based around combat. Look me in the eyes and tell me that the fleet that the Arbiter bought to Halo Reach doesn't milli rock through Super Earth. All in the comments I see that, oh, Super Earth would adapt. Super Earth has fought 3 fronts of war. They have this, they have that. I want to remind you guys that Helldivers are alive for as long as they deploy on the battlefield. They have no prior, you guys saw the training experience. They have no prior training. They have no other knowledge besides I'm being dropped onto a battlefield. The Covenant lives and breathes war. And you mean to tell me Super Earth has a chance against a freaking super class cruiser? Let me put this in perspective. It took 1 group of zealots to wipe out the entirety of Noble Squad. We've played Halo Reach. It took 1 group of zealots, the motherfuckers that we fight at the beginning of the game, right? That we've been engaged. Those guys lived the entire campaign through Halo Reach. They killed every single Spartan on Noble Team, bro, except for George and fucking Carter in June. All right, because Carter killed himself, George sacrificed himself, and June got away. They sniped freaking Cat and they obliterated Noble 6. And I just want to know, why do we think Super Earth would win that fight? Even now, like as I play Helldivers 2, I'm sitting here trying to figure out if a single recoilless rifle shot will kill a hunter. And if it does, what are they gonna do about the second hunter that's angry at them for killing their bond brother? What is Super Earth supposed to do if we drop a scarab on the planet's surface? If we look at what the Covenant has, even if we want to include high charity, right? Which I'm very doubtful Super Earth would even know about or let alone be able to get to. We look at what Super Earth has, not a single super soldier. We're talking mechs that blow up after 3 or 4 missiles that hit them in the face. All right? It took us days to freaking liberate Malevelon Creek. If the Covenant wanted Malevelon Creek from the automatons, they would have took it 2 days tops. And that's if they didn't want to glass the freaking surface. Are we dead ass, guys? Are we serious? I don't think y'all understand that the UNSC, a military force, humanity that had a specific program to make super soldiers, was on the brink of extinction against the Covenant. The only reason why the Covenant lost was because of the Great Schism. That's it. Because the brutes betrayed the elites and the elites joined humanity. That's the only reason why humanity won. And even to tell me Super Earth wins that fight? We're talking, I get it. Super Earth has got a lot of ships. It's got a lot of Helldivers, right? The reason why I made this video in the first place is because somebody made a TikTok. I made a TikTok about how the Covenant milli rocks on any block the Super Earth. It's the truth. If we look at it now, if you play Helldivers and we fight the automatons, we have ships going down as it is already. And there's no ships that are currently fighting us in airspace. We're talking ships get shot down from the planet's surface. No shields, no nothing. They just explode. You mean to tell me that if Super Earth pulls up against a Covenant fleet, which, by the way, and I quote, how many ships are in a Covenant fleet? The largest known fleets have been known to consist of around 100 starships, all types of variations, and are often led by a prominent flagship, which is often an assault carrier or in rare cases a super carrier. Let's take a rare case, for example, right? How big is a Covenant super carrier? I'm gonna let you guys guess. Put in the comments how big you think a super carrier is, because I have it pulled up right now. A CSO class super carrier is 18 miles long. 18 miles long. 18 miles long. A super carrier pulls up with another 100 ships. That does not, I'm not counting. I am not counting the amount of phantoms, the amount of banshees, and the amount of seraphs that they would have in that fleet. That's not counting it. I'm talking Covenant cruisers. 100 Covenant cruisers, 1 super class freaking ship pulls up, right? We're already fighting in the galaxy, right? Everybody in the atmosphere is fighting. Lasers are coming past, right? Not only does Super Earth have to find a way to deal with the super carrier and the 100 other ships, Super Earth also has to fight against the multiple banshees, phantoms, and seraphs that are pulling up against their ships to board their ships. All right, and I haven't even started talking about how it's Helldivers and Seafs versus brutes, jackals, hunters, grunts, and elites. You want to look me in the face and tell me that the Arbiter falls to Super Earth? You want to look me in the face and tell me that Atriox falls to Super Earth? You're bugging. I'm not saying that Super Earth wouldn't put up a fight. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that Super Earth couldn't hold their own if they would, because again, the reason why Super Earth is fighting is because they've started every war. They started a war against the automatons. They started a war against the Illuminids. They started a war against the Terminids. But I wanna look at the Illuminids specifically. From what I've learned, the Illuminids, they were like, yo, we'll sign a peace treaty. Super Earth rejected the peace treaty, fought them. Then the Illuminids left for a certain amount of years, and now they're, you know, arming up to get their get back against Super Earth for attacking them. They're coming to defend themselves because Super Earth started a war. I want to let you know that the Covenant wouldn't give them that fucking chance. You want to know why? Because they didn't give the UNSC that chance. So Super Earth wants to start a war against the Covenant. Okay, what does Super Earth have? We've got arc throwers. We've got recoilless rifles, auto cannons, right? We've got what, the mechs we have. We've got orbital lasers, Eagle airstrikes, right? All that kind of stuff. The Covenant simply just ups that and more. They match your orbital laser with a literal glassing beam, a beam that shoots plasma so hot it turns the surface of planets into glass. It happened to Africa in Halo 3 because the flood was there. On top of that, we've got our Eagle airstrikes and everything that Eagles have. When Eagles deploy on the battlefield, they're also going to have to fight the Phantoms, the Banshees, and the Seraphs chasing them, right? On top of that, let's look at the ground fight, right? Helldivers, which are known as regular human beings. Actually, I'm gonna look this up too. What are Helldivers, right? Just so I have all the facts right. The Helldivers are the scalpel of the military might of Super Earth. Young men and women are drafted from regular army corps. They are regular human beings. Regular human beings. Not a single super soldier, not a single Spartan, regular ass people. I'm not saying that they don't have a chance. Actually, I am saying that they don't have a chance. It's actually what this whole video is about. We're talking regular human beings, men and women like me and you, right? When we look at what a Helldiver is, it is a shock troop. That's what it is. It's a shock troop. It is a troop that it is an elite unit that is brought down to the surface of a planet to deal with the problem, right? But at the end of the day, it's a regular human being. What are 4 Helldivers gonna do against 2 hunters? What are 4 Helldivers gonna do against a group of elites? What are 4 Helldivers gonna do against 2 brutes and a brute chieftain? What's a Helldiver gonna do against a sniper jackal? Right? We know how dangerous those guys are. Let's also talk about armaments, right? We talked about what Helldivers got. Helldivers, again, have quasar cannons, recoilless rifles, arc throwers, laser cannons, right? Auto cannons, heavy machine guns, light machine guns, regular machine guns, right? Right? What do the Covenant have? Needlers. Shards that are so sharp, they go through anything. That is their description. They go through Mjolnir. They go through anything, and when they super combine, they fucking blow up into shards so small you can't see, and they go everywhere. Let's talk about plasma pistols, right? A weapon that can charge a plasma shot so hot that it burns through armor. All I'm saying is that Helldivers are just people with armor, and I get it, right? We go against automatons, right? Ballistic fire goes down. We're not going against ballistic fire. Where Terminids, these bugs with super sharp claws, rip Helldivers' heads off, take off limbs. What is a Helldiver supposed to do when an elite pulls up like this? Dead ass, right? I'm talking, you're a Helldiver that's out here, right? Behind you, active camo. What is he supposed to do? What is he supposed to do? There's nothing he can do. There's nothing he can do. There's nothing. And I get it. Super Earth probably has a large amount of ships. As a matter of fact, the number of super destroyers deployed has reached over 500,000 super destroyers, which is that's 500,000 fucking ships. I'm not gonna lie, that's a lot of numbers. But let's look at their armaments compared to what the Covenant has. Again, 500,000 ships, one ship that's 18 miles long. Do any of those ships that the Helldivers have any energy shielding? Do they have any, I don't know, MAC cannons? They have rail cannons on them, right? I'm actually acting because I do not know. I'm just saying, for the amount of ships that Super Earth has, they're taking a lot more casualties to down a Covenant ship. The UNSC on average lost 3 ships to 1 Covenant ship they downed. And the UNSC had orbital MAC cannons. They had nuclear bombs to destroy these ships. Super Earth, I have a ship. The SES Mother of Midnight. Hashtag shout out to mom, yo. I have a ship. What does she have? A laser cannon, right? For the right? The stratagem, right? And I know we have a rail cannon, but besides that, I don't know. Even if they could bust through the energy shields of a Covenant ship, how many ships are going to be lost in that fight before a single Covenant ship goes down? I'm sorry. You can talk all you want about what Super Earth has. You can talk all you want about how Super Earth, how fast they could adapt, how things could be different, how they could have the Covenant reeling, but they can't. Because at the end of the day, when you put Super Earth, regular Joes, me and you, right, against the Covenant, 7-foot warriors, bred for battle, 10-foot monkey fucking gorillas that get angry. You understand that when brutes take enough damage from somebody, they drop their weapons and just sprint at you because they want to put their paws on you? Hunters, grunts. It even comes down to the point of like where they fight, because it's funny because honestly the Covenant doesn't want to do surface to surface battle. The Covenant doesn't want to fight you on planets. The Covenant wants to fight you in the galaxy, right? I'm just saying, what does Super Earth have that the Covenant apparently doesn't? I had a comment that somebody said, you wanna know what the inspiration of this video was for? I got a comment. Somebody told me, and I quote, this is a battle the Helldivers have every single advantage that would allow them to win. Against the Covenant? I understand we fight automatons, and the automaton menace is no joke. But the Covenant? A army that glassed 72 planets? A army that at the end of the war killed 26 billion people. If a war were to happen between Helldivers and the Covenant, I don't see the Covenant letting the war last long enough for the Helldivers to catch up to them. I don't. And that right there is how that cookie crumbles.